What if when you got to maps, you started on branching off into the other things of the game? And all the unique maps really that are cheap, no one runs them anymore, but they do have certain mods that can make them great for looting. So once I got to maps, I wouldn't be worried about ranking up conquers, anything like that. I would literally just start going for the side things, buying cheap unique maps or running dusk pieces. It's just going to be that. It's just going to be like a super fun league. And so I'm excited for that kind of gameplay. Hey dudes and dudettes, here with another Path of Exile video for you, and this one's just going to be me explaining what I'm going to be doing next league, not build wise, but what I'm going to be focused on next league, because for the past few leagues you've been focused on, like, once you get to maps you try to get to higher tier maps, and everyone focused on that for, it's been a while, and that's what a lot of people focus on. And I was like, what if we did something that liked to do side things? No pressure. Once you get to maps, you're not pressured to go to try to get Cirrus, or to go to get the conchs, or to fill out your atlas. What if when you got to maps, you started on branching off into the other things of the game? And now is like the best time, excuse me for that, I was just clearing my throat, but now is the best time for that kind of stuff, because things have gotten so cheap that are secondary. And what I'm talking about is, you know, sacrifice pieces, much cheaper now, which then mortal griefs are much cheaper now, and you can you know, you can do both these and do these alone in maps to run for more fragments, more pieces. Run Atziri, get these, run Atziri off these. You get awesome items from Atziri, and some are cheap, but some get up to expensive. And you do runs of her, get a lot of Val orbs in some of the places. But then I was thinking, you know, spread it out further. Unique maps. I talked about doing Vaults of Atziri a lot. I love this map. It's one of my favorite times in the game. And I will focus on buying these and running them. And maps that you can buy for cheap, but then you have a very high chance of getting profits. So you pay a cheap amount, but you always make profit off these maps, and they're not too dangerous. They're just chill mode, and you're just making money and rare drops. And the next is the beachhead, of course. And all the unique maps really that are cheap, no one runs them anymore, but they do have certain mods that can make them great for looting. So we're going to be doing that, and then of course the lab, and of course from the Val zones and stuff you get these the corrupted gems, and some of them, you know, they're not worth anything, but some of them drop quality, then they can be worth something. But yeah, and so the labs are crazy. You just pick a helmet and then you go in and you run the lab and enchant. So once I got to maps, I wouldn't be worried about ranking up conquers, anything like that. I would literally just start going for the side things, buying cheap unique maps, or running dusk pieces, well, sacrifice pieces, or towards Atziri to get the mortal grief, mortal hope piece, and stuff pieces, and then running lab. And through running those things, you just build up currency. And of course, you could do your June missions if you wanted, and stuff like that. I would suggest doing Zana, because some unique maps you can only get to them. But then again, I don't really think you'd need to. So it's just going to be that. It's just going to be like a super fun league where I'd have no pressure to get to high tier strength, or you know, once I reach where I can beat Atziri and Uber or Zaro at a good pace, I'm good. You know, I'm good. I'm doing fine. And so it brings to that, what builds do you think would be good with this? And since I'm probably going to do a custom build, like always, and it'll be wonky or something like that maybe, what are some things that you might, moves or skills that you thought, hey, let's build around, that maybe could do Atziri? Because I want it powerful enough to do Atziri, Uber Atziri, and of course Zaro. The maps are going to be easy, because even low tier beachhead maps are awesome for loot. But yeah, so this video is just explaining what I'm going to be doing next league, and it'll have a lot of fun videos with this. This whole setup is going to have a lot of loot videos and videos for the channel, the content for the channel that's going to be like cool drops and stuff, and big drops, exalt shards from the beachheads, or big drops of currency from Vault of Atziri, since it has so many of the vases and stuff. You have a high chance of telling you of getting good currency. And of course the Atziri stuff, you know, it's going to have a lot of content, because you're not pressured to do maps and run a map a million miles a second. It's just, I'm going, and I'm always, you know, getting richer because I'm doing the things that no one's do, and it's small increments, but I'm working my way. You know, I found a mirror, I'm pretty sure, out of the league before. I thought it came off a monster, but no more thinking about it, I think it came out of a vase, because most of my exalts come out of chests or vases, and there's tons of those in the Vaults of Atziri. So we might get tons of maybe we'll get a bunch of exalt drops or a mirror drop on video for once from all that. And so I'm excited for that kind of gameplay, as opposed to the new league where you're rushing yourself to death. You're rushing yourself to get Cirrus and the conks. They're always interrupting your fun mapping time, and you're like, Exile, you've stepped into my realm, now you must pay. I'll send a billion mobs to lag spike you out, or to cause you to freaking frame rate drop. and it's a lot of go fast stuff. This, I think, will be a slow. You just pace yourself, and then we'll have a lot of enchant helmet videos and stuff, and I'll save up like a bunch, and you will have all kinds of cool stuff. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing next league. If you guys and gals are going to be interested in doing something like that, let me know, because we could all probably do it, to be honest, with how fast people run maps, but I don't know if we could, because at some point the maps would become super expensive because of all of us buying it up. But no, I think it'll be fun. I think more people should buy unique maps and run them, and these are just a few. I will be running all the low tier unique maps for fun. So it's next league all about getting to that place and then running the side stuff and the fun stuff, and forgetting about the race to the Atlas, to the Cirrus, to the conks, and all that power race. You get to a certain point, and then you just up the build. That's a stable build, and you don't worry too much about min-maxing. It's just a good build that can be do bird series. So yeah, before I ramble on, I hope you enjoy this. Please, in the comments below, tell me something you might be doing next league, and maybe something fun that you decide to do. Tell me what like builds you think would be cool, or what items you might think would be cool to build around that you think could be strong enough to take Atziri. I always look forward to reading your guys' comments. I read everyone. Now some YouTube has been messing me up, man. They've been not telling me that some of you have commented, and I checked one the other day, and it was 6 days old, and it was only because I went to check the video. So please let me know. Like, keep commenting, or let me know if I'm ever logged in the game. Let me know if I missed your comment, because I want to respond to everyone that you give me. So yeah, please tell me what you're going to be doing, what you think of this, what you think of this idea, and all that. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and I hope you're having a fun time. And yeah, I know the league is a little ways out, but this is all prep. I got to start the build, so I need you guys' ideas for crazy build stuff. And I haven't ran a lot of skills. I've never ran a caster. In all my years since 2013, I've never ran a caster that was like straight up spellcaster. I've never ran a trapper. I've never ran an archer of any sort, a bow user, and I'm not really good with bows, so you might stay away from bows. And I haven't ran a few different, because I'm very, weird about. I play a lot of melee and a lot of physical, like the Marauder, Duelist, and then I must admit I played Summoner a few times, but no Summoners, please. Unless it's something wonky, off the wall, like using some weird cool thing. And then, but yeah, just let me know what you think, any ideas and everything like that. I hope you're doing well, and as always, take care, be safe, and be cool to each other.